It is currently 3:30 in the morning and I just got out of a cold AF shower, which you would have known if you watch my stories on Instagram, because I was like, guys, if you woke up and you have been scrolling on your phone and you're feeling tired and drowsy today, go take a cold shower. And I don't necessarily mean go take a cold shower, but what I mean is get uncomfortable. I originally had planned posting a different episode in today's podcast, but I was like, I don't think that's what people need today. I think what people need is a little wake up call to go do the uncomfortable thing, because we all know that whenever we have done something uncomfortable on a consistent basis, something small on a consistent basis, it has brought us this level of new confidence and self-belief and strength and power that has sparked this fire inside of us that has then exploded into a ton of little external beautiful things happening because we've dared to take action on something that we previously wouldn't, or spoken up, or just done things in a different way than we normally would have when we have dimmed our light, because we have been more in a less powerful and maybe even terrified, insecure state. Hi, my name is Pernilla, and this is my Challenge Your Norm podcast. I'm absolutely obsessed with anything related to personal development. And well, to grow, we got to challenge our norm. And so on this podcast, we chat about life and how we can challenge our normal way of living it to make it greater than we could have ever imagined. Just one little belief, habit, bold move, and perspective at a time. I'm just so grateful that you're here listening today, because I hope that by the end of this episode, you're like, okay, I'm going to go do that challenging thing that I know deep within I should be doing. I know deep within for a long time I've been wanting to start doing, or I know gave me so much joy and light and energy every single day when I used to do it in the past. And I've just been procrastinating because I don't want to get uncomfortable. And don't judge yourself for that. Our brains naturally just don't want to get uncomfortable. That's how we are wired. We want to stay safe. We want to stay in our comfort zone, in our little bubble that feels really good. But if you want to evolve and you want to grow this year, it's 2023 and we are in April. If you want to grow and you want to actually go towards and reach those goals that you set yourself in the beginning of the year, or whenever it was that you set yourself those goals, or maybe you just had a thought in your mind a little while ago, or maybe even on a daily basis, and you just haven't taken action, or you have still not allowed yourself to take those first moves because you're so afraid of what people are going to think of you, or you're so afraid of failing, or you're so afraid of all the things that could go wrong, or ways that you could make a fool out of yourself by going for it. I just need to remind us all of the importance of not letting that fear, that doubt, that insecurity stop us. Because if we do, we're going to stay stagnant. And I know if you're listening to this podcast, there's something inside of you that wants more out of life. I think we all want more out of life. And I want more out of life, but I personally will stop myself sometimes because I'll allow my brain to let these things stop me from actually taking action. And going back to getting uncomfortable every day, I think that when we get uncomfortable, and when I say get uncomfortable, it's like doing that 1 minute sprint at the end of your little jog, or it's doing a little extra sets at the gym, the few extra reps that really gets you uncomfortable. It's making that really difficult and hard conversation happen with that person that you love and care about, but that you're starting to disconnect from because you've been too terrified of having that really challenging conversation with them. It's completing that work task that you keep procrastinating, or you every single time get in this pattern of maybe you get started, but then it starts feeling overwhelming and you stop in the middle of the process because you get overwhelmed, and then you're like, oh, I want to get snacks, or oh, I want to catch up with this friend, or oh, I want to do all these things. But really what you're doing is you're just procrastinating. And as you're procrastinating, these tasks that you know you have to get done eventually just become bigger and bigger and bigger and more droughtful. Is that even a word? But something that you just don't feel like doing. It's like getting into the habit of just doing it right away, getting into the habit of almost striving for the uncomfortable, striving to every single day do that thing that is challenging for us, do that thing that just it feels a little bit terrifying, because by doing that every single day, we slowly build up this self-belief and this confidence that we maybe previously have never even actually experienced. And we connect with ourselves on such a deep level because we see our whole selves, how freaking capable we are of doing these things that we previously thought we weren't. So I just wanted to come on here to challenge you, challenge your norm today, to go do that thing that feels uncomfortable, the thing that you're afraid of. Do the thing that's hard. What if we all just, for the rest of this month, for the rest of this week, and maybe we keep it going for the rest of the year, that every time we get an urge to do something that feels fearful, or it just feels like it's not something we normally would do because it's outside of our comfort zone, what if we instead become aware of that thought? Instead of running away, we run towards it. We do it because we know that that's what's going to get us to that next level of life. That is what is going to make us the person that we want to become. I want that for all of us. I want for us to become the best possible humans that we can become. And if we want to be that, we have to. We just have to go do the hard thing. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. And I hope you're with me. We can fail together. We can look stupid together. But those little small, tiny action steps and moves, they're what's going to get us there. Wow. I can really feel my mouth is so dry. I just woke up. I literally haven't even had my coffee yet. I'm sitting in my living room, not even in my podcast studio, because I was like, let's just freaking do this. And I don't know if you have been able to tell, but like my words don't come out right because my mouth is a little dry. I really need some water. Thank you so much for listening to this little quick podcast episode. I'm so excited for us. I'm really excited for what this leads us to. And if you go about doing something challenging today, please message me on Instagram. I would love to hear about it. I'm always thrilled when I get messages from you guys, and especially when you have applied something that I've shared, and the fact that you even want to listen to this to me is just like, oh, I'm so grateful. I'm also just so grateful and excited for you to go out there and challenge your norm today, and send this to a friend if you are like, this friend could really use this little pep talk, could really use going outside of their comfort zone because they want more for their life, and I want that for them as well. And maybe even if you want to share it on social media, I'm so grateful every time you do that, because that helps me spread these messages that I share, and that I think is really cool. And if you wouldn't mind writing a review and giving me some stars, I would appreciate that too. But you don't have to do any of that. The most important thing for me right now is that you go out and you take action on something that feels a little bit terrifying, a little scary, something that maybe normally you wouldn't have, because, oh my goodness, you are going to thank yourself when you've done that thing. Maybe not right in the moment, but afterwards, as you take these little steps every day, ooh, the level of growth is going to be incredible. I hope you have a beautiful day or night if you're listening to this at nighttime. And remember, as always, in order for you to grow, you have to challenge your norm. Bye.